Hello, it's Ricardo and welcome back to Battlestar Galactica Deadlock Armistice, the Season 2 finale and what is going to be the end of the First Cylon War. With this as well has also been released in parallel the Modern Ship Pack. The Modern Ship Pack will incorporate many ships from the future, the 30 years on period from Battlestar Galactica Deadlock. Now I went into Operation Anabasis so I could view the stats, but also have a good look, a quick look at the models as well. And here you can see I've got the Battlestar Mercury class, and also in the background you may be able to see the Valkyrie class Support Battlestar. In fact, this entire fleet is made up of Valkyrie and Mercury class Battlestars. So, all being rendered really well. I've packed them all out with Mark VII Vipers as well, but we'll get onto that a little bit later in this video. Really good renderings of the models. You didn't see much of the Valkyrie class, and you saw a little bit, I think, in the plan. And I think you saw that one particular episode when Adama was in command of it, with the whole Bulldog incident and the foray into Cylon space. We didn't see much of it, but you know, the fan community got behind it, and it's been beautifully realised here by Black Lab and Slitherine Games in this game. Now, like I say, and I'll probably reiterate throughout this video, you can't play these in the campaign, only in Anabasis, only in skirmish mode, and only in multiplayer. So let's get into Anabasis and take a look at some of the stats. So here we are, I'm in the fleet screen of Operation Anabasis, and at the bottom you can see straight away, this is the size of the fleet that you can typically have, depending on the difficulty you want to do. Obviously the more ships, the more chance you've got of surviving the Cylon onslaught. Now, clicking on 16,000 is the new increased cap, 12,000 and 16,000. Let's pack those ships in. Let's create a new fleet. You're given the option of Colonial or Cylon. We'll do the Colonial Fleet first. Okay, and we'll create that. Now comes the exciting bit. The thing we're all been waiting for, right? Adding a ship. So, as you can see, the Mercury class Heavy Battlestar. The heavy modern Battlestar of the Mercury. The Mercury class Battlestar is the pinnacle of Colonial Fleet naval engineering, equipped with an unprecedented armour and firepower. The Mercury is perhaps known for its stacked inverted ventricle flight pods for exceptional fighter support. Created sometime after the First Cylon War, almost all Mercury Battlestars would fall victim to the Sabotage Command Navigation Program, and we all know what happened there. The only Mercury known to survive the initial conflicts of the Fall of the 12 Colonies would be the Battlestar Pegasus, commanded by Admiral Helena Kane. Now look at the stats of this here at the top. So you've got, missile tubes, so you can have torpedoes, missiles, whatever, but there's two of those, just like the Manevra, the predecessor to this. You've got 2 squadrons of Vipers and 2 squadrons of Raptors. Now, I was kind of hoping perhaps for a little more. I don't know. This is a modern Battlestar. How different is this to the Jupiter? Okay, it's got an additional missile slot. Okay, but still the same amount of fighters. So we are gaining the additional benefit of laying down some missile fire. So, let's add one. There you go. Asumbra. Right, and you can select your loadout. So we've got guided missiles, and you've got all the ones, debris mines, EMP mines, all the stuff that you would have seen if you're a good follower and a fan of Battlestar Galactica Deadlock. Thermal, nuclear warheads. We're going to go with guided missiles, and maybe that as normal. But what we're going to do is we're going to swap out our Viper Mark 1s, right? Why would you have a relic on a sweet Battlestar like this with a Viper Mark 7? So we're going to plonk that in there. And you can see the Viper Mark 7 straight away, the modern space superiority fighter. Like that is. It was modern at the time, now that's ultra modern. Because that's like, 30 years later. Anyway, here we go. Let's have a look at the stats. So Viper Mark 1 has got a squadron size of 10, hull points of 40, speed of 320 and a damage of 3, right? It's lightweight. The Viper Mark 2, however, ups that, actually, with it's faster, it's got less hull points, right? And you've got a less squadron side, but you do get an additional point of damage. So how does the Viper Mark II stack up against the Viper Mark VII? Well, look at the Mark VII. Still a squadron size of 10, so more than the Viper Mark II, and back to the same element of the Viper Mark I. You get hull points of 60, a speed of 380, and increased damage of 0.45 over the 0.4 you get for the Viper Mark II, and the 0.3 you get for the Viper Mark I. So, it says, the unparalleled Colonial fighter, unlike its First War predecessors, the cockpit controls of the Mark VII are almost entirely computerized, which resulted in their complete neutralization via the command navigation program during the fall. We know this, but they are going to pack in more damage. Does this mean they're going to be more susceptible to virus attacks? Well, you can only just guess, can't you? So what we're going to do, we're going to stack them in. Viper Mark VII. Okay, and we've added that ship. Brilliant. So let's add another ship. What's next? The Valkyrie class Battlestar. Right, and it says, the Battlestar Valkyrie is a type of Battlestar that would prove popular in the years following the First Cylon War. It's small frame, heavily armed, allowing for highly manoeuvrable artillery package. However, this firepower comes at a cost of decreased armour profile, particularly on its ventricle underside, where sections of its FDL drive remain exposed. This is nothing more than a support Battlestar, as it states, right? But let's look. What you get with this support Battlestar? It's 1,300 points, which puts it quite nicely, as you can see there, you know, as the real baby Battlestar. Much lower than the Artemis, which I think is perhaps a better ship. Only one squadron of Vipers and only one missile bank. So, okay, let's add that. Again, we're going to go with, we'll scroll down, change that to Viper Mark 7s. You want Viper Mark 7s on all of this, okay? And that's what we're going to do with that ship. Just going to check all those settings are saved. And move that around. Okay, so there you have it. These are the two new ships you get for skirmish mode, Anabasis mode, and multiplayer mode. So Viper Mark 7, the Mercury class Battlestar, and the Valkyrie. Now, I'm going to go away, and I'm typically going to go and stack up my fleet, and then we're going to go and take a look what it looks like in combat and in-game. To note, mind you, I've just added a Jupiter Mark II Battlestar, clicked on what ships I can stack in it. You don't get the option in a Jupiter Mark II to have a Type 7 Viper. So, something to think about, isn't it? You only get the stuff effectively from the time period. Okay, so something to consider, something to think about. You know, there you go. Anyway, let's see what it's like in game. So we're going to take a look at the replay. Not that much happened, but you do get a good idea and sense of the models. And now with the new photo mode as well, we can pause and then zoom in as we want and take some classic photographs of the ships. Okay, so here we go. We'll put a badge position in. Let's put a badge in, because we want everyone to know that it's Battlestar Galactica Deadlock, don't we? And then, you know, we don't want cinematic badge, which you can turn on and off. Let's look at the filters and the temperature and the colours. Look at that. You know, that is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Other filters you can get through there as well, like to make your picture look a bit better. That looks okay to me. You can put a bit of depth of field in as well. Blur something out. Widen the aperture, bring things to the forefront. Save a screenshot. It's not bad. See, I've got the Valkyrie in the background as well. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? That's a lovely rendered Mercury class Battlestar picture. Let's reset so we get all our... Let's get rid of photo mode so we can have a good zoom around that model. And there's my Mercury Battlestar screenshot that I just took in all its glory. And you can see at the back the Valkyrie. Okay, so here I am in the replay screen of Battlestar Galactica Deadlock, and you can see I've launched my Vipers. Right, there they are
You can't really make them out. There's some Cylon Raiders. They're going in to attack. Alright, you can get a good shot of those. Here are my Vipers, my Mark 7s. Probably about as close as I can get to them to get a decent shot. There they are, look. Get some quite a good angle there of some Vipers on the move. So there you go, Mark 7s. Looking back at my fleet, my Colonial fleet, there you go, I've got my Mercury class ships. And again, here is the Valkyrie class. It's taken quite a pounding, needs a bit of repair. You know, it's seen a bit of action. And into photo mode. Bit of a vignette around it. And save screenshot to capture that photograph. But the Valkyrie model, you know, it's bristling with weapons. Look at it, you know, bristling with guns. You know, for a small Battlestar, like they say, very under-armoured underneath. Looking again over at the Beast. All the big door knockers on the front of that. So the models are really good. Look really good in game. You know, you can look right the way down the landing pads. The level of detail paid to them by Black Lab Games in this game is nothing short of amazing. And, you know, they should be lauded for their efforts.
Krista, I'm taking hits!
Now that's a screenshot if ever I've seen one. There you go. Battlestars in battle, I will call that. And then I'll just take the vignette off as well. And then what we'll do, we'll go into there and we'll work on a bit of temperature as well. Save screenshot. I might even use that for the thumbnail for this video. Anyway, I've been Ricardo. Thanks very much for watching. It's been a quick look at the new ships on the Colonial side for Battlestar Galactica Deadlock and the new modern ship pack that's coming out on the 24th of September 2020. Check back to look for more videos on Battlestar Galactica Deadlock